Okay guys, it's real nice out. All right, it's like 110. We're loading up some stuff to head out to the farm. We got to go down here. I'm gonna steal something from down here. Here's our little spot. I want to steal that. It is way too hot to sleep at night. There's the wife. Wife is behind us in the Jeep with the air conditioning. It's about 110 outside. So we got the 260 air going on. 2 windows down, 60 miles an hour. Hotter than heck. We're at the ranch. We've been bringing stuff up. There goes Ranch Cat. He's running off into the sunset. There he is. It was 110 in Phoenix today, or maybe like 113. We came up here. The high here was like 100. But now that the sun's going down, it's a lot better than that. And there's a nice little breeze, so this isn't bad at all. We brought a little load up, and I unloaded the air conditioner from the bomb shelter. My truck gave up its AC. So at 182,000 miles. So the wife has followed up in the Jeep with the pooch and a load in the Jeep as well. Let's go take a look here. All right, you guys might be wondering why we have 8 million gallons of distilled water, but I'm gonna tell you. Let's take a couple of them with us. Let's grab our stick. Put a fancy holder around the stick to make it easier to grab out of there. Let's go out here. There's a Christmas tree.
It's my Christmas tree you're kicking.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what it gets. All right, let's take a look. So in here, we've got our lead acid batteries, and the terminals desperately need cleaning. We're getting around to everything. It's just, there's a lot of neglect going on around here. So when you look in here, if a white dot shows up, you've got to add water. So I'm just taking a quick scan to see if there's any white dots showing up. Okay, here's one. So I can see that it's starting to show up there. So we're gonna pull the top off of here.
Wait,
and add water in here. Look at the bubbles. Because it's charging. All right.
No eargloves?
No, I'm not gonna do too much. I'll wash my hands afterwards. Okay, so let's just top this one off. Man, when we got this place, these things were really low on water. In fact, the water level was probably down to about right here, and you could see the top of the lead blocks and all that stuff. I forget what they call them, the cells or whatever, but it's bad news. All right, these are 6-volt batteries, 2 volts per cell. Each one of these is a cell. And they're wired up in series, so you get 48, 6 times 8. And then after that, they're wired up in parallel, so you get twice the capacity. So there's 16 batteries here, 48-volt system. When we first bought the place, I wish I would have filmed it, but each one of these needed like 2 gallons or 1.5 gallons of water. Yeah. It was bad news. And the system, when you went to plug in something like the toaster oven, yeah, the lights would start to flicker.
Yeah.
So now we have no problems. Refrigerator's been running great, but
we knew something was
here's
wrong.
Our solar system, guys. Here's our battery bank. So it's late afternoon. What is it, like 7 o'clock? Let's take a look here. So the batteries are at 49 volts. It's saying that it's charging from the solar. I don't understand this panel at all yet. I don't know anything about solar yet, so I've got to learn. 49 should be sort of charged, pretty charged. So let's go cut on the AC system and see what it does to the batteries. It's pretty hot in the house, like it would not be sleepable at this temperature. See where we're at. Shade under 90. All right, so going into master room, I did not do this, I promise. Here's Pearly. That there. And we'll keep track of progress in the room. So here's what we've set up. Is the air conditioner from the bomb shelter. I just got it stuck in a sliding window. Let me show you. With its two hoses. It's pretty dusty. The road here is pretty dusty, even with the camper shell. And it's set for, all right, it's already set for AC and full fan. Plan is to run this air conditioner overnight as a stress test on the solar system to see what it can handle. So we've improved our sleeping situation. We've upgraded from the cots to the bed. So that's a huge improvement. Oh yeah, that's putting a draw on our batteries. Hopefully, it's still putting out 120. So as long as that doesn't drop too much, hopefully they'll last long enough to cool the room so we can sleep tonight. We just pulled up to the ranch like an hour ago and got that unit set up and ate. It was a 4-hour drive in that truck and with no air conditioning, and look at this tan. I don't know if you can tell, but that's pretty dark. Let me see if I can show you my natural color. Is like that. It's not coming across on camera, but I know that sounds ridiculous, but it feels better in here already. Sun is setting. Oh, it's actually really nice out. So I forgot to tell you earlier, the high was 100 and the low is 70. So that stress test will only go so far as it cools down and it starts pulling from 70-degree air, and I'm only asking it to be 75 in the room. Hopefully the batteries hold out long enough. Eventually we plan to add more batteries. There's all the ravens. The ravens just had babies in the hangar. That's where those owl pellets were coming from, was these ravens. Turns out ravens make owl pellets too.
All right, guys, it's 4:20 in the morning. Hey, babe. Hey, it's 4:20. Do you want to go check the batteries? Are you excited about checking the batteries and stuff? All right, let's go check the batteries, guys. So, it looks like the AC ran all night. It's actually pretty comfortable in here. But because everything was so heat loaded, it took a long time to come down to temperature. It started cycling at 11 p.m. That's when it reached temperature. And then the cycles got longer as the heat load of the room subsided. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, it looks like the battery's pretty good. 48 is the nominal voltage. But the unit isn't cycled on right now. And it says we got 3 out of 4 bars. That's not bad. Let's see what happens when the unit cycles on. Okay, that's the unit just clicked on. So we're getting quite a bit of voltage sag, but it kept up all night. But the sun will be up pretty soon. I can start to see just a little something out there. Should light up. We brought our wedding furniture up to have some place to sit. All right, if we go into the kitchen, the father-in-law brought this little table and chairs, so we had some place to sit. The in-laws bought a new fridge, and it came with this smaller companion fridge. Let me see if I can show you the height. If you look down here, this is my belly button. It's about that high. So if you want to know how high the fridge is, just measure your belly button from the floor. So there's that one. But that's our biggest load before we start running the AC. And the wife is wondering if it's going to be able to run a full-size fridge and a freezer all night, like a chest freezer. And I think the system's just a little bit too small if you're going to run that AC. So we may have to run a swamper. Like a swamp cooler instead. Alright guys, I'm going to catch up with you when I wake up a little bit. Okay, now it's 5 a.m. So the sun shouldn't be doing much to the solar panels, although they did light up, but it's not doing anything yet. We'll just have to see how this system holds up. I mean, it's not in real good shape. Like this unit is not even on. This one is. But if you look, this one doesn't even have wires going in and out of it. So what's going on, you know?
I liked
I don't know
this.
who needs to hear this, but your ability to create the reality that you want is directly determined by your willingness to experience its opposite. Saving money will have you feeling broke, while it's actually making you rich. Setting boundaries will have you feeling alone, while you're creating new healthy relationships in your life. Digging up your trauma will have you feeling broken, while it's actually healing you. Working out has you feeling weak, while it's really making you strong. Learning something new makes you feel dumb, while it's making you more intelligent. Your ability to attain the thing that you want is directly correlated with how willing you are to experience its opposite. You have to be okay with being uncomfortable to truly achieve success. You got this. I don't know who needs to hear this.
I've been wildly uncomfortable lately for quite a while.
I mean, success, it's on its way.
I don't think that's... As long as you're uncomfortable, guys, you're going to be successful. All right, it's 10:30 a.m. I just turned off the AC. Batteries are at 55 volts. I'm not sure if that's what they are when they're topped off. They're nominally 48 volts, so you guys have to tell me. But it looks like it recovered. I mean, it was recovering while the AC was on. So, and look at our usage is way down to 0 with the AC off. So, system seems pretty nice sized. I think it could probably use one more bank of 8 batteries to get through a night comfortably. And also, if we would have started firing that up earlier in the day, when the sun could have helped, you know, if we could have been started cooling that room at say like 10 a.m. or something, to get rid of that heat load, we could have used the sun directly to get rid of the heat load, and then we would have had the batteries overnight just to maintain it. So, just thinking of ideas. All right, guys, over here in the helicopter garage, as the realtor called it, we found this cat. And we talked to the former owner's dad. The former owner passed away. His name was Bill. And this is Bill's cat. And this cat has been fending for himself out here for about 4 years. And here he is. And Kylie and I have named him Buster. I don't know his name. You okay, Buster? He's crying because he loves tuna. So let's give him a little tuna here. Been luring him out, so he won't let me touch him. But I'm trying to make progress on that right now. Come on out. He's a little scared because he's been out here by himself for years now. I must have been eating rats. I saw a bunch of kangaroo rats running around. So that must be what he's eating. These orange cats can survive just about anything. Okay, this is our third or fourth attempt at taming Buster.
Come here. Come on, you're okay. You're okay, baby. There's a sticker in my butt. Sat right on it. You're okay. Tuna's right here. I won't look.
He's peeking. Don't look.
You're okay, baby. You're okay. Yeah. There's about 1,000 bees around me. You're okay, baby.
There he is. He's like feet from me.
Good job. Good kitty. Not doing anything. I'm just gonna hang out with you, Buster. I dare not make any movements with my hands.
Now just grab him.
I won't
One
do
big
that,
grab.
Buster. You're okay. You're okay.
If you put it on your hand and you put your hand on the plate, then you smell like tuna. You know, or you might get bit by a weird old cat. Wow, she did it.
Go.
It's a big deal, guys. This cat has not been touched in like 3 years, maybe 4.
Oh, you wanted a pet, huh?
I didn't think it would be that quick. This is like our 3rd or 4th attempt at trying to touch this cat.
Get your head. No. Oh, that feels good, huh? It's warming my heart so much I can't take it. You want to hang out with your new daddy too? That's a cat daddy.
I'll just put my drink on this grocery shelf here. Now this monster's worth $5.19.
Here, you want to switch spots with me? Goodness.
He growled. You hear him?
Yeah.
What's that all about? Well, come on.
Oh, jeez. Wow, Buster.
It's like I can do it myself. I feel like he could be scooped at this point. A little hug. Would it ruin my Costco shirt?
No.
You know, I don't like to make political statements, but like this is one that Buster and I really believe in. Bob, the father of Bill, who passed on and left this place behind, Bob said that Bill never even wanted a cat. He fell asleep on his recliner one afternoon, and when he woke up, this cat was on his lap, and nobody knows where it came from. And
I live here now.
yeah, and Bill didn't even want a cat, but he tolerated it, you know.
He's a pretty good barn cat. We've seen him on the cameras
Eating,
catching stuff.
carrying little chipmunks and little mice and stuff. There you go.
But he can't catch tuna fish, so
Yeah, tuna, he has a hard time. I don't think
we
he can
help
hold
him
his
out with that.
can't hold his breath long enough, I don't think. Let me give him a quick scoop. Oops. Oops. I did it so awkwardly, Buster. I'm sorry. I did it so awkwardly. I couldn't believe how awkward that was. I'm so sorry.
Wasn't too bad, huh? That was okay. Did you see the plate moving back and forth as he licks it? It's like retracting with his tongue, too.
Playing in the wind. Hear a coyote off in the distance. You hear him?
Yeah, I heard that. Buster heard that too.
Okay guys, quick update on the ranch house. Here, I went to flush the toilet and it backed up into the bathtub, and it was, you know, Campbell's, it's where the poop ought not to go. So I had to remove the curtain before the water got too high and got that. But, so that brings us to another issue. Today we're gonna do a little how-to video, and it's gonna be about, you guys remember these old strappy chairs? You know, I don't know if they were ever all that comfortable. And over here, this was here when I bought the place, is this old shovel leaning in the corner. I never knew what it was for, but now I know. I forgot, we're also gonna need a knife. So here's one here. And then you wanna start a fight with your wife so that she doesn't, you know, that way you can get a little distance from her. She doesn't figure out what you're really up to. Hey, honey, your cooking's awful and you don't clean a house worth a damn. Okay, so she's mad, so she won't want to hang out for at least 15-30 minutes. Okay, I don't have a lot of time to film this video. Got pressing. So we gotta be careful because it's kind of snake season. And this looks like as good a spot as any right here. So first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna dig a little hole. And how long you gotta dig, you know, depends on how much you ate. So I ate quite a bit, so we're gonna go, you know, at least a shovel's length deep. That looks good. Now we're just gonna take our strappy chair, and place her there. Nice and secure. That looks great. Okay, the next thing we're gonna wanna do is sit on the chair and figure out where, I'm guessing it's about the middle. Feels like this one has gotta go. Now, cutting out the straps is optional, but if you don't, it just depends on if you're trying to slice and dice or not. So let's cut this one. You don't have to cut both sides. You can just flop it over like that. That's pretty good. I think that's gonna work out great. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is, let's take our shovel and we're gonna stab it blade side down, right here, just like this. Parallel to your chair. That's critical here. Okay, now push it down so it's about right there. Okay, and that allows you to put your paperwork right there, so that when you're doing paperwork, they're easy to access. There's an airplane flying overhead. Hear a bunch of coyotes. And we just fill our hole, mashes to ashes, dust to dust, or whatever. I guess you say a prayer. We smooth it over. All right, thanks guys. You know, now all I gotta do is go smooth it over with the wife, and we're all set.